Okay, now we're going to move on to how to reconnect media files. Now, the reason you need to learn how to reconnect media files is, remember, the clips that are inside of Premiere are not the actual media themselves. They're shortcuts or pointers to the media. So they have to keep the relationship to where the media is on the hard drive. And sometimes this relationship gets disturbed when the project is moved between computers. Let's say the project was stored on an external hard drive, and then that hard drive is connected to a different computer that may create a different path out to that hard drive. So when Premiere opens on that other computer, there's a process that has to happen called reconnecting media, where the relationship between the clips and where the actual media files on the hard drive has to be reestablished. Let me explain that a little bit here. Let's go ahead and launch Premiere. And we're going to open a project that we just did, the O1 Getting Started project. Now, to describe the relationship between the media and the clips, this alligator clip, if we double click it, it plays back fine, and there's no audio on this clip, but we're just going to do it with the video here. But this is not the actual media file. It's just a pointer to that file. If we right click and say reveal the project, reveal in Explorer, then it will show us where this actual media file is on the computer. Okay, here's the actual media file. It's out here on the desktop in the exercise file folder and inside the Sequarium folder. This is the actual media file. Now, if we are to let me just get this out of the way just for a second. If we delete this clip, we're just deleting the pointer to the file, not the actual file itself. So if we need to bring Alligator back into, notice when we deleted it, it disappeared up here. If we click on this folder and say we're going to import this video back in, well, we can actually do it with the media browser. So let's go to media browser here and go on exercise files and Sequarium. Go inside there and find, here's the alligator. So let's go ahead and import it. And when we go back here, now it may not be inside the folder. So let's go ahead and just maximize this. Let's hover over and use the tilde key. Here's the alligator clip we re-imported. So let's drop it back in the video folder. And then minimize this window again back to the normal setup. And you can see as we double click it, it's right back in the project. So that's how clips and media files work. Now, Premiere is designed, if you open a project and Premiere sees that there are files offline, it will automatically, before it even opens the interface, ask you to locate those files and reconnect them. So that's what we're going to do next. Let's go ahead and close this, close Premiere entirely. And yes, we can save these changes. Now, you need to go to the exercise file folder here, and well, we can just launch Premiere again. And this time we're going to open a project. So when we click on Open Project, we're going to go out here to the desktop. We're going to go to Exercise Files, Tutorial Project Files. Now, the files on this are not connected. Premiere is not aware of where the clips are in relationship to the media files. So it's going to immediately recognize that these files are offline, and before it even opens the interface, it'll ask us to reconnect the files. Here is the Link Media dialog box. Now this looks very complicated, but actually Premiere does a lot to help you connect these files. Notice this is the first file it's selected. It wants you to find this diver feeding the fish file. So you know where all these files are. They're out inside the Sequarium folder, inside exercise files on your desktop. So let's go there. Let's click on Locate. Okay, and we get sort of a version of the media browser here. So let's go ahead and go up here to Users, Read, Desktop, Exercise Files, Sequarium. Now the file it was looking for is diver feeding the fish. There it is. Let's select it and say OK. And Premiere automatically, based on where that one file is, finds all the rest of the files that we have to put our project together. It even reconnects files that have already been edited onto the timeline. So all of these media files are now online. We can go to any one of them and load them up, and everything works fine. And everything's ready to go. Let's play the timeline just briefly.
Come to Miami Seaquarium for splashtacular fun for the whole family.
And there it
Enjoy.
is. Everything is working just as it should be. So let's go ahead and save this now that we've reconnected the media files. And let's go ahead and save this as an assessment to turn in. Let's go to File, Save As. And we're going to call this, remember, it's last name, first initial. So for me, it's VanVoris R_02 assessment. And we're going to save it right here inside exercise files and inside tutorial project files, and save. And then we can quit out of Premiere. And we can come out here to the exercise file folder, tutorial projects, and this is what you email to the instructor to get your assessment done. Okay, now that you've finished this, you can move on to the Module 2 quiz that's in the presentation. And after you've passed that quiz, you can move on to Module 3.